Hey everyone. Last time, you saw the power of the Multi-Cloud Data Migrator and how it moves huge and complex data with its strong engine and smart deep clone across orgs. Today, the focus is on the new features that have been added and that give you a total control over your data. You can now tell the migrator exactly what to move, build your own migration plans from scratch, and deploy the most complex data in Salesforce with a single click. So let's jump in. You will remember you can pick a pre-built migration plan like Revenue Cloud Advanced. I will load the migration plan and the list of objects appears. This migration plan is really great, but what if you need to change it? What if you only want some products to be moved or add a custom fields to the standard query? Now you have full control. Find the product object in the list, for example, and add new fields to the migration, including lookup fields, or apply data filters much like a Salesforce workflows. And just like that, now the migrator will only move active products, and you can do this for any other object in the plan. This is gonna save so much time, and you can create small datasets for testing. And finally, you can decide to execute the full plan or a set of objects. So you can now change a plan, but what about building a plan for your own custom app or for a specific use case like a new Salesforce cloud? Before, the migration plans were a black box. You could use them, but you couldn't see how they worked or make your own. Now it's all being opened up. Let's build a new plan together. First, give it a name. A migration plan is just a series of steps, so let's add the step 1. This step will be for the product object. You just type in the object name, build the query, and most importantly, define how to find the records using an external ID. In this case, I will use the stock keeping unit as the external ID. Now, let's add the second step for the price book, and this is a dependency for our next step. For the price book object, the external ID will be set to name, and this is crucial for the price book entries that follow. Now, this step is for the price book entry, and this is a perfect example for a complex object instead of a single external ID. It will use a composite key. The key is defined with required fields, product stock keeping unit, the product selling model name, and the price book name. These are the lookups that connect everything. But notice it also has an optional field, which is currency ISO code. And this is a key feature. The currency ISO code is set to optional, so this migration plan can be used for both org types, whether the multi-currency is enabled or not. The migrator now understands all the dependencies. It will process product and price book before attempting to load the price book entry. Then click Save Plan, and that's it. So going back to the main migration screen, the new custom plan is in the drop-down and ready to use. This gives you total control. You can now build and share or edit migration plans for any data model, whether it's a standard or custom one. For our second example, let's look at a different but very common scenario. This time I'm not building a plan from scratch. Instead, a colleague already built a complex migration plan for billing policies, and I just need to import and use it. I will just import the plan file they sent me, and there it is. The plan now available in the drop-down. Now when I load this, you can see it's not just a single step, and just because I imported it doesn't mean it's a black box. I can still click into any step and update it, maybe to add a custom fields that's specific to my org. But here is the most important part. I want to notice why some fields are being overridden. This plan is smart. It knows that in our org, a billing policy can only be created in a draft mode. You can't activate it immediately. So the first step, create all the billing policies as draft, then the next steps run and they create all the related treatments and treatment items that depend on those new policies. It's only after all these child records are successfully created, another step is an update operation, and its only job is to go back to the original billing policies and change their status from draft to active. This is a perfect example of handling a complex multi-stage business process. The migrator managed the entire workflow, not just a simple data load. And this shows the power of using and sharing pre-built migration plans. So, We have seen how to get precise with filters and how to build custom plans from scratch with the Plan Builder. Now, let's go back to the feature you all loved from the first demo, the deep clone migration. You will remember seeing how an entire product bundle could be moved just by knowing its SKU. The SKU would be entered here and the migrator would find every single related record and move the whole thing. But what about the data that's even more complex than a product bundle? The advanced configurator, using the constraint model language. This data, with all the rules, constraints, and models, its many of objects deeply connected, and it can take time to move manually. There is now a new deep clone migration plan specifically for this. Click the Deep Clone Plan drop-down and select the new Advanced Configurator CML plan. Look at this, the UI is just as simple. It's just ask for the name of the configuration constraint model you want to move, and for this example, let's type demo constraint. And in just a few seconds, the migrator is doing what used to take days. It's traversing the entire CML data model and migrating it in a perfect order to the target org with no analysis and no errors. And this isn't just for org to org. This exact same migration plan can be used in export mode. I will switch to the export to CSV mode with the same CML deep clone plan is selected. The migrator will deep clone the entire CML model into a set of CSV files. You can then check those files into Git, giving you a version controlled backup for your entire configuration. Then, import mode can be used to deploy that CML from Git to any other org. This gives you a true automated DevOps workflow for your most complex configuration data. So, there you have it. The tool started with a powerful engine, now with a precision filter logic to move only the data you need, and the visual migration plan builder to build your own custom plans, and finally the new deep clone migration plan for your complex data like the advanced configurator. Thanks for watching.